That's the Chinese. Yeah. Take you down to Hawkins, yeah, B2. I know Richard in there is a good bloke, yeah. Sorts me out. Yeah, Steve Fish. Steve Fish is your...
The girl says, why do you look like that?
It's just, you know, had a little tussle up. Been down the old Weatherspoons in Romford. Well, the Moons and Stars in Allchurch, you know, we've had it large. Is it the Moon and Stars in Allchurch?
I don't know, I'm not from Allchurch.
You're from Cirencester, aren't you?
We don't have a Weatherspoons in Cirencester. Right. Charlie Parsons for the Stomping Ground, powered by... Can I get you to go in a little bit more? I know you guys are big old lamps. Powered by Wow Hydrate and available on DAZN. Lads, I suppose firstly, congratulations on a magnificent fight, a very close fight. I'm going to go to Dave, obviously, the loss on your record. I know you guys have stood here, you were all friends in the build-up. What's your sort of reaction now?
Well, when Jack Meadows joined the bill, 1989, he wasn't really meant to be a main character, but I guess over time he became one of the main characters on the show, and I really enjoyed his work, to be honest.
Did he stay in to the end, or was he like? Did he have 5 years, 6 years?
He was in it to the end, yeah. So
Jack Meadows. I've not watched much of the bill.
No.
Yeah, I need to watch it a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Away from that, and me being slightly too young to understand some of it. Initial reaction to the fight. Have either of you managed to watch it back yet?
I think that's probably a question for Johnny.
Yeah. Well, so. Listen, if you look at the Battle of Agincourt in 1405...
Oh, lads, you're killing me.
It's a bit of to and fro, you know. If you go in too quick and you commit your troops too early in the cavalry and then you get caught up in the landslide of the mud and stuff, then it becomes a difficult terrain to navigate. And
that's what happened.
I think that's what happened. It became a difficult terrain to navigate. I probably committed too early, like the French troops did, and you held your ground with the English longbowmen and done your job.
Typical English longbow tactic, right?
Yeah, you know, it's like Eddie Santini. No, go on. No. It was a good fight. It was a cracking fight. Proud to have been part of it. I've not been involved in a good fight since 2018, so big thanks to Johnny pulling a big performance out of me, because I was scared, to be honest. I was nervous, yeah. He's a big puncher. I've never been on the canvas, and you know what? More than winning, I just don't want to be seen flat on my arse, really. I knew this fellow was capable of it. He actually stunned me with a jab early in the first. Just stunned me a little bit, but you can get out with anything in boxing. That's the mad thing with 10-ounce gloves, big lumps. Yeah. It don't really take much, to be honest. But he dragged a good fight out of me, and I'm grateful for it.
Dave, we knew already that you were double hull, but were you surprised at some of the shots that Johnny was taking and then still coming back in succession with first time we've seen him properly tested like that, right?
Yeah, I thought when I put down in the 5th, any time from the 5th to the 9th, if the corner pulled him, if he decided just to go, you know what, I'm done, I would have understood. Many men would have folded. So he definitely proved to me, yourself, everyone else, he's got what it takes to really compete.
Johnny, do you want to run it again? I mean, I know it's quite fresh and early doors, but what's your sort of...
We definitely can. Whether it's, we spoke about this on another interview, whether it's the next one or it's a year's time or 6 months' time, if I have a couple more. I'm not in the business of bravado and saying that I'm the finished article. You know I'm not like that, and Dave's not like that either. I've probably learnt a bit from him and how I carry myself, if I'm being honest. And listen, I've got a lot to learn in this game. I'm 25 years old, and a performance like that, I've proven a bit about myself to people. But do I want to have wars like that every single day, every single time I fight? No, I want to be better and better each time. And it is a fight that can happen 100%. And yeah, there's little things that you can change, and you've got a training team. You tweak little things, and it was great, mate. It was great. This is what I've dreamed of as a kid, being in fights like this. For me, it's not about being a superstar. It's about going in there and doing something that's really, really hard and coming through it. And as you said, there were points in that where I could have just jacked it in and just been like, I don't have to do this. I can go back and do something else now. I can go and be a TikToker or something. But no, I want to do this, and I want to prove to myself and to my future generations that I can stand there toe to toe with one of the toughest men this country's ever produced.
Dave, you said that you were almost a little bit fearful going into the ring. I believe you revealed to Oscar last night in your post-fight interview with him that you actually sort of almost felt like you didn't want to be there when you were going to the dressing room, and that you felt that that was going to be your last fight. What changed when you got in the ring?
You know what, the David Price fight really 5.5 years ago, but it's still, the scars are still very much there, or was till last night. I sparred him as a 19-year-old, right, and he hit really hard. It was really hard work, and that was me probably at my best. It was him as a kid, and I thought, fucking hell, I thought if he's any better than if the 19-year-old kid would turn up, it would have been an hard shift. But when the fight started, when you got 20,000 people watching, and you know what the thing is, I think the world of the kid, yeah, but I just thought I cannot let this man beat me, because he's like my kid. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm a year 11, you're a year 7, and even though now you're a grown man, you're still like he's still a year 7 to me.
I am. In heavyweight terms, it's true, isn't it? A 25-year-old, you've got so much maturing to do in my body, in my craft. What Dave's got that I haven't got right now is that ring craft and that ability. In the first few rounds, I won them, but he weren't expending no energy, and I was expending a lot of energy. And yeah, I could have probably done it better, but still, it wouldn't have been out on the level that Dave can manage and craft rounds. He can do rounds like don't mean nothing, don't you? That's what I've got to learn, and I've got time to learn it.
I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time. I know that the last thing you want to do is sit under the lights after a whole week of it. Johnny, just out of curiosity, last fight you went in and you bowled Alan Babbage out. Do you think that kind of where you got that so much momentum of going in there and starching opponents out, that you kind of expected Dave to bowl over a little bit like that, and maybe you got a bit complacent?
I didn't at all, mate. I knew. You saying you were fearful? I was not fearful, but I'd say it's like you've got the dread in your head. I convinced myself every night, and I woke up this fight week every night for this is going to be really, really hard. Like, and if I didn't prepare my mind like that, I might not have been able to go to 10 rounds and make it, because I'm not being funny, I'm not bigging myself up, but it was bloody hard in there. Round 5, when I came back, and I thought, we're only halfway through here, but I found something to dig, and I think that's why boxing, the heavyweight boxers, it captivates a lot of people, because and boxing in general, we put it, we go out and put it all on the line, don't we?
Yeah. Dave, I know that you've faced a lot of sort of criticism and overcome a lot of adversity in your career. I spoke with Jamie Moore last night post-fight, and I made the sort of point that, look, sometimes in life, after a fighter and people can think that you've got the wrong end of a decision, and they end up getting criticism or judged as a fighter. But regardless of what people thought, that's not on Johnny, right? You can see that you two here are both, you know, like the judges score it, and that's it. You just have to sort of move us.
I seen one of the judges earlier. One of the judges pulled me earlier and just said, because I know him, I know the fella. Like we were on good terms. I just said, look, you scored it how you scored it. It isn't an easy job. It is what it is. The fight was what it was. It was a good fight. If it was an absolute shocker, it was a terrible fight, and I could have won it, I didn't get it, maybe a bit more aggrieved. But I don't think there were any losers last night. We've either got the decision and he didn't get the fight. There were no real losers last night, and we are on very, very good terms. But it was still a fucking cracker.
And I don't really, when a fight happens like that, I'm not bothered about the decision either way. If I'm really truthfully being honest, it's one of them ones. It was a close fight. If it went Dave's way, I'm not going to argue. It went my way. I got the rub of the green. Probably, I don't know if it was the right decision. I ain't watched it back, but I don't care, honestly. What I care about is I went in there and I dug deep, and I got to that 10th round, and I gave a good account of myself, and that's more that matters to me.
Well, it's just finally, Dave, from the horse's mouth, you've been there, done it a million times over. What advice would you give to Johnny in this position here? He is so young. There is still so much building to do. Of course, you may end up clashing next. You may end up clashing in a couple of years. Yeah. I'm sure that I know that you said that you want to go and target British titles now, and good on you. What advice would you give to Johnny stood in now?
You know what? It's difficult because we're very similar in lots of ways. When I was 25, when I was Johnny's age, amateur and pro, I'd had 24 fights, and that was your 23rd last night.
23rd to get all together, amateur and pro, yeah.
And I had a 24, so it was very similar. And the fighter I was then to now is night and day. Like, I'm not saying I've ever been a world beater, but I was just tough and game and could punch. That's what you are now. 8 years later, if I had had this man's mindset, determination, the training, I'd have won. I'd have probably done some really good things. But yeah, I've got loads of advice for him, loads of it. And we are going to box, but we will box again at some point. But it's like he has loads of things to learn. But he has Mark Tibbs, he has Jimmy Tibbs. You know,
I've come a long way since we sparred in 19, like from 19 to 25. But I'm not. I don't blow smoke up myself. Like, I've got so much more to learn, mate. And I know I can give anyone. I said the cold night away in Stoke comment. That was a cold night away in Stoke for myself last night.
I am.
We had a cold night away in Stoke.
I am. When he said it in London, I did laugh because I thought.
Yeah, you're my cold night.
I am literally
the epitome.
I am the epitome of full. Like, most of the time I messaged him this morning, and he said, nice to meet you, mate. Thanks for all the kind words. And like, oh, well done or whatever. I said, mate, you're world-class talent. I'm just that fucking bloke you don't want to meet in a fucking dark alley. Do you know what I mean?
You don't want to have it on the cobbles.
100% you don't. But this fella, like, the fight came a little bit too soon. So the rematch is what it is. I said to Sam, I said to Mark, I said to Ed, if they want the fight, I will have it because financially it makes sense. But if he has to, I don't care what Sam Jones wants. I don't care what Eddie Hearn wants. If this fella wants a rematch, we'll do it. If he doesn't,
I just want to fucking go on holiday, mate. That's what I want. Are you going on holiday?
I'm ready to scrap now, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
Not right now.
You can scrap on holiday as well.
No.
Oh, I was getting the old tear up eyes off David. I was like, oh.
No, it's just lit a fire in me. I would.
You seem like you're rejuvenated now.
Yeah, I would scrap right now.
Samuel, there we are. Quickly, Samuel. Dave said he wants to scrap right now, so you're in the firing line, mate.
You're in the firing line. You're in the firing line.
You have both been in the firing line at different parts of your lives.
I have definitely been in the firing line, and Samuel has been in the firing line.
Cheers, Dave. Thanks, Dave.
This week.
20 here. Mate, you look like something out of Mary. There's something about Mary.
Nothing wrong with it, mate. Fucking rock it.
Oh, dear God.
Right, lads. Legends, all of you. Thank you very much for your time. Bosh.